Hey, so this is LocalWebhead here. I'm doing my first review in a while of anything. Thought it'd be appropriate to do one for the new Amazing Spider-Man that came out today. Now, so I actually went and saw it at midnight, so a few hours ago now, and let me tell you, whilst my expectations going in were a little mixed due to reviews that had been come out already, and the sheer fact that, well, hey, it is quite soon for them to rebooting a franchise like this. However, a little bit of bias because, hey, I'm a bit of a Spider-Man fan, but I think that puts me in some sort of position to say it met the expectations I was hoping for. It's definitely a bit grittier, not to a stupid level though, where it's trying to emulate like a Nolan film. At the same time, it's not too slapstick to be considered like a kiddie movie. It's more. I'll take it into the basics. Spider-Man as a character is far better played by Andrew Garfield, not just because of a casting or physical appearance, but they've got him actually being a witty sort of smartass, which has always been the thing in the comics. The web shooters are, that's a given. The sheer fact that it isn't just him throwing fists and being an emo like the Tobey Maguire one, he's actually got a lot more Webb involved in the combat, which I think is good. It's a bit more like the video games, or at least for me, that's the sort of experience I've always had using a lot of Webb combos and things like that. It's a good idea to bring that into the movies. I mean, hey, he can shoot Webb, why not use that a bit more? Then we've got, obviously, Emma Stone playing Gwen Stacy. Now, I was a little apprehensive about that because, well, obviously, people would have thought, oh my god, she'd be a great MJ, but I'm glad they brought Gwen Stacy into this one, and I think they've done her character some decent justice. They haven't made her just another Kirsten Dunst, whine, somebody save me, which is good. And thanks to Mark Webb's obvious knowledge in the genre of, I suppose, going by things like 500 Days of Summer, for instance, he already knows how to film the dynamics of a relationship, in the case of this one with Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. So I think that's definitely there. It's not too soppy, it's not too... Whereas the Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films, it was all about, Peter Parker and Mary Jane and how, like when he distances himself from her, he no longer has his powers and things like that. Like, it's not all about the girl, but she definitely plays a part. And actually gets to do her own bit as opposed to just be treated as a damsel in distress. So I think that's a good change, especially, just in seeing the last 10 years how a film like Spider-Man could kickstart the comic book films sort of genre as massively as it did to where we are already rebooting it. Not because the old ones are bad or no longer relevant, just... I suppose that because since that's happened, films have evolved. Like, obviously, you've got Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy that's so realistic and the least comic book like Batman you've ever heard of, and yet at the same time still keeps in with all that. But yeah, definitely a grittier, a bit more weight to the film than you'd normally expect from a comic book film. So it's not to say that the old ones are no longer relevant. It's just that there's these ones I think will appeal a bit more to what audiences are viewing today, as opposed to in a similar fashion to how if you were to watch one of the Superman films today, or the even the Burton Batmans, they're quite dated now, just due to advancements in technology and the audience's expectations of what they want to see in cinema today. So I think, admittedly, there was one scene in the entire thing. Now, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll say for those of you who have seen it, and for those of you who are going to see it, it involves cranes. It seemed a little silly to me. However, other than that, I think all in all, it was a good film, and it should be getting better ratings than what I've already heard. Things may improve. We'll see when the general populace has had a bit more time to think about it. Yes, I'm going to go see this film again. I think I'd give it I'd probably give it 4 stars. I said it's for for the few setbacks sort of thing, but it's actually quite a decent film. You can take it a little more seriously than the original. So good on you, Mark Webb, and hopefully some more films to come with it will be going quite well, because I don't want to spoil too much, but it's quite open. But of course, they're already in talks of the new film, so for those of you who already knew, it's not too much of a spoiler there for those. Oh well, get ready for some more Spider-Man. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe, and see you next time.